Welcome, everybody. It's been a long time. As you can see, I've been busy at the other channel with Tacos and Geeks, but we are back here on Imaginative Visions for another edition of Page Turners. And as you can see from my background here, we are going to be talking about Eves. Who's that girl? But I do have a special guest here. You see her on the channel often. I have my good friend Faye here, who has also had the book. Faye, how you doing?
How are you guys? Imaginative Visions. Thank you for having me.
Yes, so we are going to be talking
And he
all
is
things
Jay.
Eve. Yes, 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 yes. New
We'll
Fang
bring
J
it over
episodes coming
here.
soon. Yes. New Fang J episodes coming later. But right now,
Yes.
this is all about books, and we both chose to read Who's That Girl by Eve. This is the
Who's
autobiography,
that
folks.
girl?
And as
Yes.
always, I do give you a brief synopsis. So I am going to read, folks, the back of this thing. So without further ado, here we go. And it goes. Our success stories are always undersold, even when lapping men were still called, slept on, or underrated as means of keeping us below the industry sea level. For me, it was simultaneously being called the pit bull in a skirt and the underdog. Our moves would drown out those words, but they were still used to keep down. I'm speaking both for myself and other women here, especially black women. Telling me that I was going to fail wasn't protecting my fragile female heart from disappointment. It was perpetuating a cycle that I wanted to break. Did I do that? Many times, sometimes I won, sometimes I lost, but eventually I realized that if the music industry wasn't going to let me be the first woman of their universe, then I had no choice. I had to leave and go and build my own. And that is pretty much what we really get here in this particular book. I'll kick it off first. I thought this was a really good, really look into Eve's life and her journey, her struggles, and what she went through as just a woman in the music industry. And I like how they touched on a lot. She touched on a lot of stuff, folks. The page, it's a quick
Yeah.
read, believe it or not. It's only around 200 and to give you the exact number, including the epilogue, it's around, I would say, 200 and around 65 pages. So it's a quick read, something that you could probably read depending on your schedule, like a week or 2 weeks
And
tops.
it was very easy to read. Like
Yes,
she was giving it to you the way she talks if you know about her.
yes,
Yeah, so it was great. And she also wrote it with Kathy Iandoli. And
yes.
she's actually like in double XL, I believe, like that type of,
Mhm.
hip hop industry. And I did find out that she left it open on Google's, so they were typing together. So I did learn that in the backstory of it all. But how did you feel? For me, it was relatable. So how did you feel as a
I
man?
thought it was just an amazing journey. And just even as a man, like for me, when it comes to like these autobiographies and things like that, I try not to, even when the author themselves is making the struggles about the gender, race, or whatever. I try to just see things just as the
One
journey of
perspective.
yeah, the journey of the actual person going through it. And Eve's had just an amazing journey, just especially being the first lady of Rough Riders and going through
Yes.
just
Like the
going.
hardships to the fairy tale.
Yes,
She went, that's this book right here. I really loved it. She did a great job. I had no idea.
especially going through a male dominated industry such as hip hop, where women rappers really have to show, at least
And
back in
this
the
is
day, that
before all the
skill.
plants, you know what I mean?
Yes.
Like all the ghost writers and like they actually say, I was writing, I saw this person, I don't want to kill it. This person writing, I saw, you know what I mean? So it was a good genre for us to have women in the industry.
And the writing style, like Faith said, folks, is the writing style is just like it when you're reading it, you feel like you're having a conversation with her.
Conversation.
It's just the
Yes.
way she's telling it. You can tell this is Eve. This is something that she
It was
really
her
put her heart and soul in it.
baby.
Yes. But
Yes.
Faye,
And
what were your thoughts?
I love how she actually put it into like, like before you saw CDs and you'd be like
Mm,
number one, number two. Like she had for every chapter, I feel like it was like a song coming on, like you knew this was her love song. You knew this was her
exactly.
battle song. I love that about it. She was very open. I love that she wasn't a gossiper. She just said what needed to be said, and that's what it was. But I know they did pull out some names for reasons, but it did motivate me as a woman, though, to see her not fail at this and keep going. She wasn't
Mm,
like, damn, this person called me and killed it for me. She was actually like, it motivated me. So, yeah, I love Eve. She was one, it reminded me of a lot of songs that came out. Did you read and like remember that
yes,
era? Yes, it's one of
especially
those page turners. Yeah.
it's especially the chapter "Love Is Blind." Like she had certain chapters named after her songs, which was I thought was very clever to do as well. And then
Yes.
you see how those songs actually coincide with the actual theme of that particular chapter.
Of
So I
what
thought
she
she did
was
that very
talking
well.
about.
Yeah,
Yes, I love that.
but
Yes. And what
overall,
was
what would
your
you give it?
I would give it an 8 out of 10.
Yeah, 10.
Yeah.
I will,
I
I will,
felt
I
like there
will.
was more that she didn't express. That's all.
Yeah, that was gonna I was gonna give it a 7 out of 10 because I felt that she played it a little bit too safe. Like this is
Right.
kind of it felt like reading it. It's good, folks. Don't get me wrong, it's good. I just felt like there was more. I guess maybe I was expecting a little bit more of on the drama aspect and a little bit more of the struggles. This is more of kind of like a safe way biography
But like
in
she
a way.
said though, she's coming into the game as a
Yeah,
woman. So I don't think she wanted to press too hard. You know what I mean? Because she already got put them on their necks type deal, foot on their necks. So I feel like she's like, you know what? Let me say it from a role model point of view. And this is what we were talking about on ours. Is like we had more role models back then, I
yeah.
feel like. So, what was what's a highlight of yours that stuck out in this
I would say
book?
the Love Is Blind chapter, and also her touching on her past relationships, and just the way
And the
she
current
had.
one, I love how
Yes,
she took that back. Like, she's like, he has his thing and I have my thing. Like, we're not gonna say I'm using him. And
yeah,
her things that came out in the beginning, or as her as a stripper, everybody knows about that, right?
yeah.
But yeah, I think that the way she handled it and her mind frame at that time, perfect.
And
I
it's so
liked it.
funny because in the game now, that seems to be like the selling point. But Eve just kind of,
Right.
you know,
That's
she
exactly.
she really paved the way and just like, yeah, she was a stripper. She didn't
That
build her career.
respectful,
Yeah, she didn't
yes,
build her
yeah.
career like, oh, I was a stripper. I was a. She hardly even talks about her stripping
Right.
days in
You
interviews or
thought it was
anything.
gonna be like that, right? It
Yes,
was, yeah. I don't want to be a spoiler person, but I did expect that. But you only hear it a couple times, and that's it. And it's because other people said it.
yeah,
It's people judging. So I think it's good for people that's going through trials and tribulations as well. Not just a woman thing, but a motivational book. Because I mean, you had to start over how many times? So, I think that's a good thing to know about people, human beings. So that was a
it,
great
it's
one.
it is an amazing journey, folks. I will recommend this one. There's a lot of good autobiographies out there, folks, but definitely Eve's journey, just the way she really paints the picture of the music industry and just
Yeah.
everything in general, especially being like one of the, I would say, yeah, she's definitely one of the pioneers. These now looking back at her career, the things that Eve
Right.
did with Gwen Stefani, you didn't really get those type of collaborations, especially in the female rap game.
Yeah.
She is one of the first to really just,
That surprised us
yeah,
when they got together. I remember, it was on MTV and MTV didn't have that much hip hop, and we're like, now everything's on everything. So yeah, that
mm-hmm,
was a good one. I did like that she pointed out her, like, like a lot of people are modest, right? I felt like she still had the modesty, but still made
Hmm.
her point that she did this and that. If you started this, and hey, you started this, like the pit bull and skirt
Yeah.
thing.
I mean, it's something, folks, that we will recommend you. For my final thoughts on this, I say it was well written. Played it a little bit safe. I kind of wanted a little bit more. I was disappointed with the length. I thought it would be at least 300 pages just to go through. But she covered enough of her life that you can understand the journey of this woman. I
It
mean,
was
she even,
very, it was very vague. I think that's where the points got knocked off, right? It was
yeah,
just very vague on the topics. Like you want to be like, and then what else? And then she's on another topic.
yeah.
That was the only thing. But other than that, like you said, autobiography. I mean, it's your life. How do you put that in
Mm.
words sometimes? I think she did it well. Like about New York, New York.
Yeah,
I
it's
was
not
I
easy,
was like,
folks.
he's happy about this.
Her growing up in Philly and all that. It's just, folks,
Yeah.
you'll definitely enjoy it. I'm gonna give
You'll
this a
follow her
7.
journey. So yeah.
Yeah, I'll give it
So
a
I give
7
it an
out of 10.
8 out of 10 for me. But yeah, it's
And
very, very uplifting for me.
yep. All right,
Thank you
folks,
for that.
we are gonna wrap up this episode of Page Turners. What did you think of Eve's Who's That Girl? Comment below, let us know what you thought. What are your favorite parts? What you didn't like about the book? If you like what we do here, don't forget to like, share, subscribe, hit that notification bell. Helps out the channel tremendously. And we will catch you on the next one, folks. Later days.